Today, today I want to tell a story. July 4th, 2018. I was at the peak of my real estate career. I was busy, I was working hard, working long hours, and I thought I was where I was supposed to be in life, where I thought that I was working so hard to reach the pinnacle of what it meant to be a hardworking adult. August 28th, 2018. We just closed on our house, and I thought that life was going in the direction it was supposed to go. September 7th, 2018.
Fans and neighbors leaving flowers, candles, notes on rapper Mac Miller's doorstep. Those close to him struggling with the fact that he is gone.
The day that Mac Miller died, I think this one resonates a lot with a lot of my peers. We all grew up listening to his music in prime times of our lives, and we all kind of feel like we fought the same battles that he fought with depression, anxiety, and feel like you want to be accepted in this day and age where it's with social media and all the things that go on in the world. It just feels a lot harder to feel accepted. There's this pressure not to be who you are, but to be who others want you to be, who you think those people want you to be. So with those two other dates that I said, with doing my job and then buying the house, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain. I'm truly blessed for everything that I've been given in this life. I have worked hard for it, but I've also been given a lot of blessings and opportunities. But I was also in a place where mentally I wasn't happy, and that's not a direct correlation to anyone who is personally involved in my life. It's not anything against them. It's just where I was in my head. I was being someone and working to be someone that I thought that I should be and not who I wanted to be. And for me, the biggest thing that was hard in that time in life was, you look back at someone like Mac Miller, who was so influential, like I said, especially for me and my peers, and he dedicated his entire life to being the person that he wanted to be, or at least trying to find that person that he wanted to be, whereas I wasn't. I was doing things that other people wanted me to do, or I felt that other people wanted me to do. So when that happened, it kind of opened my eyes, and I think everyone has times in their lives where they get to a dark place, and that for me was when it happened for myself. And for months I just didn't know what to do. I was looking at where I was career-wise. I had obviously new responsibilities with the home, and I just didn't know what to do. So that was a hard time where it just became months and months of battling my inner demons and just trying to figure out life and what was the purpose and what was my purpose. And then fast forward again to February 19th, 2019, which is 2 days after my 25th birthday, and I got the best and most terrifying news of my entire life, which was I was going to be a dad. And I didn't know what the future was going to hold at that point, but it brought in a new feeling of purpose in my life, of not just being the best dad that I could be, being the best co-parent I could be, being the best partner I could be, but being the best just person I could be. There was no point in sitting back and just relishing on what may or may not have been because of the past, or what decisions you could have made different to be where you are now. There's only now. There's only the circumstances you're given now. Dwelling on what was, what could have been, what you can't change is just going to make you feel worse and make you potentially resent where you are or where you could be, instead of just working to now get to that point. You know, I didn't know what to think in that time. All I knew is I immediately fell more deeply in love with Rainey, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of, what are you doing? You need to get better. I mean, me and so many others, I've fought my own battles with depression and just full-blown anxiety and wanting to feel accepted and not knowing what to do. And I think one of the hardest things that we have to deal with in this day and age is the uncertainty, the feeling of there's always something better out there. You may have something that, you know, I may have a life that someone would kill for, but I'm just burdened with this feeling of like, well, I could be doing something else. I could have that person's life. I could be doing what they're doing. So the hardest thing that, you know, I've been battling over the last year, you just have to look at your certain situation that you're in now and just take it by the balls and work. Now, of course, like anything else in life, that's much easier said than done. 2019 might be one of the, you know, most difficult years of my life, but in such a good way. So many changes happened between trying to find a potential new career, finding out I'm going to be a father, but there was also all the unknown that I think everyone can get overwhelmed with. The unknown of being a parent, the unknown of what am I going to do to make money, you know, just all of these feelings. But those are necessary to get through, to become, like I said, who you want to be. And then January 26th, 2020.
The loss of Kobe Bryant is hitting the LA community, the NBA community, the sports world, and in fact, people all over the world really, really hard.
Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 other people were killed in a horrific helicopter accident. Now, no one person's life is more important than the other one in that situation. I think we all can just say that Kobe Bryant was such a big influence, not just in sports, but just, you know, as a person. He was on the second act of his life where he was going to get a chance to be more involved with his family, with his daughters, and really be there as a dad. And I think the biggest takeaway that everyone really got from that, not just myself, is nothing is promised. I mean, you see people like this where you think he's untouchable, and something so horrific happens to him and all those people. I think the biggest thing that everyone took from Kobe Bryant was really his work ethic, and just the fact that he was just a beast. He was someone who was not going to give up until he was the best. He would get to the gym the earliest, he would leave the latest. That kind of mentality made him the champion that he is, and I think everyone is really recognizing that now. Not that they didn't before, but to really try to implement that in their own life, along with the fact of really just being there, being present in the moment, because anything can happen at any time, and really grasp onto those relationships that you have with not just your immediate family, not just your best friends, but just with people in general. My camera died. The point I'm trying to make here is just don't be afraid to be yourself. Tomorrow is not promised. Time with your family is not promised. Cherish all of these small moments and do things that you enjoy. Life is just too hard. It is too short. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. I battle with this every single day of my life, and I know so many others do too. The whole reason that I'm even making this video in the first place is to kind of just put myself out there. This is, I guess, my way of kind of holding myself accountable and kind of dealing with this in my own way. I mean, you may have seen my videos before, whether it was real estate videos or just other videos I made. This is kind of my outlet and my way to kind of express myself. So why not do it in not just, you know, a funny, goofy way, but on a more serious note, and also, you know, talk about real life problems and I don't know, just put myself out there that I'm no special person. You know, I go through the same struggles that so many others go through as well. So if this can encourage anyone, or I don't know, just shed anything on any problems that people may be having, or you know, just the thought of not being alone, you know, that's kind of all I think anyone wants in life, is to just know that you're not alone, and there's other people out there that, you know, you can talk to, or that are going through the same things you are. So yeah, that's all I got. If you really watched this far, I appreciate it. Maybe we'll do this again sometime.